Greetings and blessings. My name is Rabbi Yossi Schulman, and I thank you for taking the time to hear this critical message. I also thank my dear friend David Midiga Taylor and Joel Gelly for connecting us and for standing with my organization, Unite the World, to make a better world for all of us. I want to share with you two stories of my namesake, Joseph or Joseph. The first is before Joseph passes on. He tells the other tribes, the brothers of Israel, that he will be passing on. They will be going into a time of exile, a harsh time, but that God would remember them and bring them out of Egypt. It is these same words that God spoke to Moses, telling him that he should tell the elders of Israel that the code word that God is remembering them is now being revealed because it is time to be fulfilled and for them to be redeemed. And Moses, before he leaves, takes the bones of Joseph with him. They both came together in that redemption. Now, the redemption was not complete until the time, as God told Moses, that the people will go to serve me on this mountain, the mountain of Sinai. This was a watershed event where all the Jewish men and women, 600,000 men between the ages of 20 to 60, and the young and the old, and all the women, about 3 million altogether, together witnessed God speaking to them and to Moses and telling Moses to send the mountain and receive the lesson, the Torah, the 5 books of Moses. The 5 books of Moses, given straight from God to Moses, as we said, is called the Torah, which means a lesson. And just as God is eternal, so is his word eternal. And that Torah, that lesson, is for all time. It is for all people. God spoke to the Jews and gave them extra commands. But the goal was that he should speak to all people and give a message of connection to every human being. And that is why the Torah is the same in every synagogue across the world. Wherever a Jew opens the scroll, it is the same scroll, the same letters. Anywhere in the world, hundreds of thousands of scrolls, all the same letters, going back for thousands of years, because that message has never changed and never will. And all the prophets and all the miracles throughout history were only to reinforce that message, the same message that God connects to every human being. Here is a scroll, a very small portion. It says, "Hear, O Israel, that God our Lord is the Lord, that God is one." These letters, 300,000 of them, are on the Torah scroll. Not one is changed in any scroll in the world. It's the same message. Now, what is that message for the people of the world? That message is that the Torah begins with creation. It does not begin with Mount Sinai. Because although Mount Sinai is the time when God revealed his message to a multitude, to reinforce our awareness of him, nevertheless, he was with us from the beginning of time, when he created mankind, Adam and Eve, who originally were one person back to back until they became separate and faced each other as a couple in union. What he gave them is the guidelines for life. There are 7 laws that he gave to God, that God gave to Noah, Adam and to Noah. And these 7 laws, we call 7 universal principles, will reinforce at Mount Sinai for all people. And these are they. The first is to recognize the higher power. Second, respect the higher power. Third, respect all human life. Fourth, respect proper family boundaries and marriage. Fifth, respect other people's properties and rights. Sixth, respect all living creatures. And seven, respect and uphold a righteous judicial system and education. These guidelines create a path for us to God, all humanity together, and keep us in the proper way for civilization to thrive and for each of us individually to reach our ultimate value and purpose in connecting to God. Along with this, we must also ensure not just that we are keeping straight, but in the seventh dictum, the seventh principle, we must educate our children. We must share this message with others so that our world becomes a unified world and a just world, a good world for future generations to live in. Now, we have traditions that align us. I know you have the tradition of Adam and Noah, the flood, and we also have shared traditions of the tribes of Israel. In the Torah that God gave to Moses was included the traditions that have been passed down, teacher to student, father to son, documented for thousands of years. What we call not just the written Torah, the 5 books of Moses, and the prophets and writings afterwards, but also beyond that, the oral Torah, the traditions of how we are to learn the laws and know from the sometimes cryptic words exactly what they are meant to convey. These traditions tell us the laws for the matrilineal lineage that a Jew goes from a mother to father, and the tribes go from father to son between the 12 tribes of Israel. And that must be documented. But for a long period of time, a lot of our tribes have been exiled from Israel and were sent around the world. And one of the biggest mysteries in Jewish tradition, undocumented, is where these tribes went. There are many traditions, including the tradition that some of the tribes may have visited or went to the Americas. Some of the most respected scholars believe that. We, in our tradition, are not, because we don't know the documentation from mother to daughter, we cannot confirm all the way through who is Jewish or not. But this will be confirmed in the time of the Messiah. But the tradition does tell us why. What is one of the reasons that God sent these tribes around the world? And that is to bring the message of the 7 universal principles, or the 7 Noahide Laws, to all people around the world. That we shouldn't just hold it in the land of Israel, but that we should share with all people. And then, when that happens and people practice these laws, we will usher in the time when God's law will flow to all people, as it says in Isaiah chapter 2. It will be a time of peace, of unity, and all will come to the temple to hear God's law. And he will tell everyone who is from the Jews or not from the Jews, but even if they're not from the Jews, they will still receive God's law and God's love. And therefore, we look forward to this time. And to bring us closer to this time, we must align together to share the 7 universal principles and bring about a time of clarity where all can serve God. This must be our banner nowadays to prepare ourselves and prepare everyone around us. We have the tradition, you have the tradition of the 8th fire. It is the same for us. We are coming close to this time. A great leader in our generation, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, a man to whom everyone from all backgrounds, faiths, cultures look towards to him to share his wisdom, his love, and his advice for how we can make a better world for ourselves individually and for the world in general. And here we come to the second story of Joseph. What made Joseph so special was that he was forced to go down into Egypt, sent away from his family. One would think that he would have succumbed to depression, to the depravity that was in Egypt, to loss of hope. But instead, not only did he hold on to hope, not only did he hold on to the truth and to his ideals and convictions and the 7 universal principles, but beyond that, he, instead of feeling a feeling of hatred toward others for what he had gone through, he became the paradigm of kindness, not only to his brothers that sold him, but to all people, not only to the Egyptians, but to all people in the world. He sustained them in a time of famine. He gave them food for themselves, for their livestock, to sustain their fields. This is a lesson for us. In a time of crisis in our own communities and the world in general, we must be the Joseph. We must be the example of Joseph to our family and to everyone around us. We must be kind and giving in whatever way we can. And this is another message that the Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the Chabad leader and the leader of the entire world, share with us, that if we want to make a better world, we want to come to that time of kindness. As it says also in Isaiah, that we have that to bring the ultimate redemption from this challenging period of time, it must come through charitable acts, good acts, kindness. We must all do these acts, and we must do them habitually, every day. It will change us, and it will change our families, it will change our communities and the world. I want to share with you a project that I'm running through my organization, Unite the World. It's called the Acts of Random Kindness Project. Short, ARC, Acts of Random Kindness. So you have a cherry box. It looks kind of like an arc, but you can put a coin in here and a slot to take out the money in the end. Every day, fill it up. Start out your day with act of charity and do an act of kindness as well. Share a smile, a hug, do a favor for another, something. Start with your family, then go to your community, teach your children that they should also start out giving. And give with your friends, with your co-workers. Give as a community. Give to local needs, to those that you know could use a little kindness and a little love. And that action of kindness may seem small, but its impact can be felt in ever-widening circles. We'll start with your family, to the community, to the world. You and I will create a culture of kindness. In Northeast PA, we are doing this across 4 counties, but we're going to bring this to your community, and you can do it as well. You can do it for the entire community, or start off in your house, start off in your work. Everyone can receive an act of random kindness. And instead of just sometimes using that money to buy yourself the extra soda or extra thing that may not be necessary, instead, give that money to an act of kindness to one other person to show them you care. And beyond that, they are loved. They are loved by their Creator, because all human beings are loved by their Creator individually, and all have a direct connection to their Creator. When we create this culture of kindness around the world, as Isaiah says, Zion will be redeemed through kindness. and charity. We're going to make the world a better place. We're going to create a culture of kindness and unity around the world. The ultimate time will happen through your act of kindness. Never underestimate your power to be a Joseph and to change the world. As we come now to the time of Passover, the holiday of Passover, I wish you to be redeemed through your acts of kindness and faith and charity from your inner challenges, external challenges, and may we all be redeemed from these challenging times and to be ushered to the ultimate time of our redemption. May it happen very soon. Thank you. Thank you very much. May you be blessed. May we be blessed together. And may we have a united world.